Kaehlan, and we watched Sorry to Bother You.
And I really liked it.
Yeah, same. That shit was fire. Fuego.
As always, we'll be getting that out to you right away.
You're doing so good with the voice thing.
Holla, 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 holla!
Oh, yeah! All right! Cash, you are awesome.
It's a satire about how black people are treated in America.
It is just completely like a reflection of what is happening in society today.
Sorry to Bother You is a young man down on his luck trying to get a job, and he finally finds one at a telemarketing service, and he learns a trick from an older black man, aka Danny Glover of Lethal Weapon fame, one of the GOATs of all time. But isn't that already in the name? GOATs? It's of all time. He teaches him the trick of like getting people to sell people things is to use your white voice, and that's using a voice in which you're talking like you're carefree and nothing really matters.
I loved how he described that.
That's so amazing.
I loved how he described that.
It's how white people think that they should sound. It's like your bills are paid, you've never been fired from a job, just laid off.
Job, he's living in his uncle's garage, like literally, like, yeah.
So cute, did you say garage?
Garage. And then he starts making his way to the top because, like, as you said, he's using, like, his white voice, per se.
Essentially, this young man, who's played by Lakeith Stanfield from Atlanta and Get Out fame, he takes that idea and runs with it and becomes a power caller for the company that they sell for.
And then once he gets to the top, boss, he realizes that it's pretty f***ed up out there at the top. And like but he's like stuck in it at this point because he's like, I like all the luxuries that I have, but like, is this really moral? And then he tries to fight for it, but then he's like, he's like thrown all over. But at the end, a moral human being.
Because it's set in like what seems like distant future Oakland, like maybe 5 years from now.
Yeah.
And
5 years? Sorry.
It's like
It's
late 2018.
Anyway.
They're taking a mirror up to society and showing like all the ways in which the government, like different governments and different societies like we've had in the past have used people, specifically black people, and how they've been mistreated, but also showing it in a new light. And it's just like, this could happen again with the mindset that we are currently in, with the political landscape that we're currently in, where you are taking like human rights and seeing them as non-essential. People can become slaves. Like, people are chattel. People can become pieces of property. Equisapiens, which is like equus, which is like horse or whatever. They're
horse
literally
person.
trying to create horse people. Like that scene where they're fighting out on the picket line and they're like complimenting each other low key. That is so black. Oh my god. Black people do that all the time. It's just like you're saying nice to each other, but you're really saying you bitch. Like, you ain't shit. You ain't never gonna be it. And mama. But like, if you really understand what Boots Riley and like the cast were trying to say with this film, then it can possibly have an impact on the same level as They Live. They were saying some obscene shit, and I'm dying laughing. You're like, oh my god, please stop.
What did you think about like the corporation in general? I personally was like, it could be this, it could be that.
It could be that. It's like a company that like has abandoned morals and has seen people as less than, like, certain people as less than essential. The way it starts is fire to me.
He
starts doing the
Wait,
longest line of cocaine I have ever seen in my life.
That scene where like he entered that house party of like the boss's boss. Like this is like the top dude, and he shows up literally like a bunch of white people, like the main white dude with a bunch of like white girls who are just like leaning on him, like stereotypical like what success is, I suppose.
Exactly.
And then he shows
brings
up.
him in, yeah.
He shows up, and I don't think he expects him to be black, you know, because he's been using his white voice or whatever.
Exactly.
And immediately he starts like he's like, oh. Like you can tell he's like oh this guy is like isn't white or whatever.
And that's another subtle thing. Like I barely noticed that because that's like kind of just across the board normal. But like it did happen.
The thing is that the only other black dude was like, oh, he's safe. Like he's safe. Or
he said that to him. That was like the first thing he said. He's not
dangerous. I think he said he's not dangerous.
Exactly.
And I was like, what the Anyway, but then he goes into this room and it's literally our main dude, and then like all these white people like searching around, and all of a sudden he's like, you can rap, right? You can rap. And he's like, no,
like party of the night. That's how I feel all the time.
He's like, I can't rap, you know. And then they like literally make him
force him to, and that's like another thing, and it's super subtle because it's like that's another commentary on like how black people are treated with music, because then his entire rap, because he's like, bro, I don't rap. I really like listening to it, but I can't rap.
This is the part, but it's so realistic. It's
so true.
It's so realistic.
Because he's like just spitting random bars, and he's like not doing really well.
No one's
then
listening.
he just starts screaming and sending. He's like, the whole rhyme is just. Then white people are literally screaming it back to him.
They're screaming.
And if you have ever in your life been to a rap show,
and I was
that's
like,
100%.
I was like, oh my god.
You were
you
were curling up in your seat. I was fucking dying.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I hope every other single white person that has seen this is like,
like they just, you know,
like this is not.
This
good.
is not what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, exactly. Who that for? Is that for us? You're taking care of me tonight.
Guess I'm throwing up tonight. Someone like a snake,
he's like,
or a raccoon.
Yeah, I'm like,
and that's like specifically a reference to like being like an overseer within like the terminology of being an overseer on a plantation. Like a raccoon, and that's literally a person is like an Uncle Tom, or a coon is literally a person who is sold out to the white man, and it's so like it's so subtle, and you have to like really get it to get it.
Yeah.
And it's
But that's
amazing.
why I really genuinely like this movie, because it's like it did like everything it could to keep people entertained and in it, but they're also like, listen, like this is happening right now, and this is not great. This is pretty
right. Yes. Gang. What?
No, but like anytime that she is like just placed into it to make it so that there is a main character who is a woman in that scene, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Instead of creating like a scene with multiple women.
Because like the movie doesn't have very many main characters who are women. So the one main character that they do have, they literally are all of a sudden like, let's just, like, it won't make any sense. Like, it won't make any sense. And I understand that like that's part of the movie style, but at the same time they're just like, okay, let's just like all of a sudden put her in this work setting where she didn't even work at from the very beginning, but all of a sudden now she does. So like for me, that's honestly that's the only part that I'm like have a bit of like tension with.
Preston, my dude. What?
I'm gonna say 8.5 horse people out of 10 horse people. Yeah.
That was such like a.
Because I really had to think about it.
4 Roddy Pipers out of 5.
I think you should f***ing watch it. I think you should bleep and watch it, because he's gonna bleep it out.
Bleep and watch it.
I think you should bleep and watch it.
Black people,
hang on.
watch this if you want to see more of what you already know. White people, watch this if you don't already know.
What, dude?
That's what I've got.
Honestly, though.
Shut up, Preston. I swear. Can we get through one review? Can we get through one without me having to fucking climb over this shit and beat your ass? Because I swear to God, you know, I'm gonna cook you like a fucking pig, boy. I'm gonna cook you like a horse give a shit.
What is
God
happening?
damn.
Look at me.
You're my favorite. You're my favorite.
Can we cry?
I might. Shit, dude. I've been to live with too many of John's girlfriends, and you're like top number one, dude. Like. I'm so tired of this, man.
I'm taking a sip of your drink.
What?